Everyone, in this video we're going to take a look at a game called Swipy Trash for iOS, developed by Yuma Soerianto and his team, grade 6 students at Middle Park Primary School in Melbourne. Now this is a little educational game that was developed using ARKit. In this game, a user will need to decide which items are need to throw to the trash and which one needs to throw to the recycle bin. This has a retro style pixel art design. When you start the game, you're going to see some creatures. You start with the first creature, just moving around a lake and then throwing items up above his head. And your goal is to decide which item is supposed to go to the recycle bin and which one supposed to go to the trash. Today was a very rainy day, and it actually was a perfect game for me to play because I can play it at home. Some games I need to go out in order to make the most of them when I review them, but this one was perfect for me. So basically you scan the surface and then you can start playing. As you can see, the game explains to you what you need to do. You swipe right to move to the trash, and you swipe the item left in order to throw it to the recycle bin. And as you can see, the banana goes, no, this was wrong. And actually, you might have to tell you, I need to educate myself about this because I learned by mistakes, not by knowledge. I didn't even know where each one's supposed to go. So I'm sorry for that. So sometimes you see this little duck throw items up, and sometimes one, sometimes two. And as you progress, you're gonna unlock more characters. So the character is going to be replaced with another character. Now there's also an educational message here, because we shouldn't ruin the home of many animals and we should put the garbage where it belongs. This is an important message. The game also taught me about things that should be recycled, and I made a few mistakes, I have to say. When I started playing, actually some of the items I didn't, actually one item, I'm not saying some, I didn't recognize, so I just made a mistake. I didn't know where to put it. I first thought maybe, if you have a text saying, what each one is, maybe it would be easier for me. But again, some of them are coming at the same time, so it can be confusing. So overall, I have no problem with this. I just need to make sure that I concentrate more. And if I make a mistake, it's okay. You learn from mistakes. So yeah, so let's take a look at some more gameplay because it has music. So let's hear it with the music and sound effects to see how it is. Now, as you can see here, as you progress, the scene itself changes and you have a different character. This is really nice because it encourages you to continue playing and see what other characters and different types of scenes are waiting for you as you progress. Now, just so you know, the app asks for permission to use the GPS, but there's a reason for this, because if you play the game at St Kilda Beach or Albert Park Lake in Melbourne, Australia, you can unlock the bonus levels. So just so you know, there's a reason for this. Also, just so you know that this game won the Victorian Games and Apps Challenge in 2018. It's mentioned in the game's description. Yeah, so let's check out more gameplay. Now, there are a few things that I would like to see improved. For example, the stage is a bit large. I would like to have an option to resize it because I played it indoors, and actually today I didn't go outside because of the rain. I want to just position it in the right size, and it was actually a bit too large considering the focal length of the lens of the iPad is also quite high, so it kind of zoomed in, and with the large area it was a bit hard to position myself. I'm in a very little room, by the way. But again, having this the ability to adjust the size is a welcome thing. The second thing is that the number of items is quite limited. So even if you don't understand what each one does, you can learn by mistake. And I think there are, I don't know, like 10, I don't know, something like that, number of items, and then maybe less even, I don't know, and then it repeats itself. So having more items, I think it's good also for educational purposes, because then you can learn about more items that can be recycled and those that aren't for recycling. Now, as you progress, things will get a bit more intensive. Not too much, but sometimes I remember there was, actually I think it was here like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It was throwing items in relatively fast pace compared to when I started. And you need to make sure that you swipe quickly, because if the item lands on the ground, it's game over. You need to make sure that you catch it in the air and swipe it into the right direction. As you progress and to the next stage, there's a really nice effect, and then you move on to the next stage. This was kind of a really big stage with kind of, I think, like it's a waterfall. Looks really nice. Again, the game is very colorful. As you can see, I'm progressing really well, and I got, I think, to around, I think at some levels, I think this is the actual last level that didn't change afterwards. I was reaching actually to 100 points, and I could continue, and then I didn't see anything. Maybe I need to get more, or maybe just need to go to Melbourne and unlock the bonus stages. So this is it. This is Swipy Trash by Yuma Soerianto and his friends, 6th grade students. Keep this in mind. So if you want to download this game, go to the App Store and download right now. The app is free. Just make sure that you have an ARKit enabled device running iOS 11 or later. Now, as I mentioned, having more items is really cool in terms of increasing difficulty in the game, because again, it's supposed to be also an educational game, if I'm not wrong. So having more items, people to learn about more items that either should be recycled or not, can be really beneficial for this type of game. So this is it. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I see you soon in the next video. Have fun. Bye bye.